Hey y'all, hey, we are back for another review of Sisters on BET. We are at season 4, episode 9. Let's just talk about it. All right, so Zach has been placed under arrest at the end of episode 8. So now we're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why are you going to jail? What have you done? Of course, it's probably insider trading at this point, but we're gonna act like we don't know. So Jake is working for Gary, and he appears to be just as confused as Zach, and he says that he'll meet him downtown and that he'll call Fatima for him and let her know what's happening. So I'm still under the assumption that Jake don't know what the hell's going on, and he's just as oblivious as Zach, and he's just doing what Gary has instructed him to do at this particular point in time. So we're back at the office, and Fatima and Andy are chit chatting, and Andy's gushing about the penthouse, and that's where she belongs in life. And whoop de whoop, blah blah blah. Girl, who cares? And she admits that she's dumb. She admits that she's falling for it, and she knows this is a tactic, but she just really can't help herself at this particular point in life. Um, okay, girl. Uh, yeah. So she don't know what's going on. She knows she's being trapped, but she just gonna go with it. Fatima comes back, walks out of the room, comes back with the rubber ball. She read a book or saw a video, something to this effect. Something gave her the grand idea to utilize a rubber ball. And for every bad or negative incident that happens between her and Gary, she's supposed to take a rubber band off of that ball. And once the ball is completely, free of rubber bands, then that is her final cue to go ahead and wrap that up as a means of closure. Pretty much is what I'm assuming. And while this is a good idea, when it comes to Gary, you're at 4 rubber band balls. You're at 40 rubber band balls at this particular point in your life. But if you need one more reminder that this ain't what you need to be doing, then you go ahead, girl. You do what you need to do to not live this life no more. Um. So yeah, she claims she doesn't. She asked Fatima, do you need one for Zach? She claims she doesn't need one for Zach. She's over the moon. We already know this. Moving right along. And he also tells us that she handled Karen's little tactic the night prior very well. She did a really good job. Fatima, says, yeah, I know I did. I handled that with grace or whatever, but I understand how she feels. So I'm not mad at her, but it is what it is at this point. And she also brings Andy to a reality as it relates to Karen, letting her know, like, yeah, if this is Zach's baby, we're good. And Andy's looking like, if. And Fatima's like, yeah, you do know that she was with the preacher guy around the same time. And Andy don't know that. She's just as goddamn oblivious is about that as she is about everything else in life. So that puts the little bug in Andy's ear, like, all right, your girl ain't all cupcakes and roses like you think she is. So let's just ensure that this is Zach's baby before we get to planning baby showers and birthday parties. Pretty much is the gist. All right. So at the bank, Maurice is begging Sabrina not to call the cops on Q. He's just misguided. He made a deal about the bank robbery ring, and he made some kind of deal to get out. Maurice claims that he is a good guy and he's misguided in some sort of way, and I guess he's gonna be here to be Captain Save a Robber, I guess, child. Because this is getting on my nerves as well. If you can't tell my energy, sir, if there's no way on this fucking planet that you would rob me and think I have any compassion for you. I don't care if your mama died yesterday. That's not my problem. That's not my business. You still robbed me. It's still my problem. Anyway, she's not with it. Which is fair. Which is fair. All right, so he hasn't forgotten about the robbery, but he's still advocating for Q for some reason. He has a soft spot for this uh bank robber. Pretty much is what he is. Sabrina doesn't like it. She ain't here for it. All right, so the mistaken trafficker, I don't know his name, but he comes up to Danny and he's upset that his ego is a little bruised because she stood him up yesterday and then go on a date with her, and he let her know, like, I really didn't want to go. You just kept insisting, so I just let you. I told you, yeah, but I had no plans of showing up, pretty much. And he wants to know, who hurt Danny so bad to the point where she would just, there's no way on earth that she wouldn't give him a chance to date her. And she doesn't know, like, it's not you. I'm just genuinely uninterested. Like, it's not a conquest. It's not some task for you to accomplish. I am just wholeheartedly not interested. Thankful that you're not a trafficker, but I still don't want to date you. I still don't want to go to lunch with you. I don't want to do shit with you. I don't want to kick it with you. I don't want nothing. So, he seems to not really get the point, but he has to run off for some other reason. All right, whatever. Andy calls Dad in this moment and lets her know, like, hey, girl, we need to talk. And she's being real suspicious, but she wants to grab lunch. For what I understand about the sister circle, her and Danny don't have a one-on-one relationship. It's just in the midst of being in the girl group. So it's lunch with a hint of suspicion. I'm sure she's probably going to try to figure out what's going on with Karen, by way of not asking Karen, but getting Danny's opinion. That's, my assumption. So we'll see what happens. They don't get around having this lunch in this episode, so I'm assuming it's going to be next week or this week because today's Monday. Okay, don't worry. We won't talk about it. I won't talk about it. Okay, so back at the bank, the restaurant owner, the African business owner, stops by to talk to Sabrina because he wants to profusely apologize about the fight that him and Calvin got into, and tells her that she looks like the women from his country, from the motherland, and he's interested in her. He wants to take her on a date, not only just a date here locally in Atlanta or wherever the hell this city is. I can't remember where they're at in this imaginary world, but he also wants to take her back to Africa for 3-4 days, just whisk her off to Africa to see, I guess see the women that he reminds her of. I don't know, where the romance is in that, but yeah, he wants to take her back to Africa. And then she's like, no, I can't do that. I'm okay, thank you. And he says, okay, well, I'm actually here to do business. Let me make a withdrawal. Okay, cool. You at a bank? That's my job. Let's do the withdrawal. You got your ID, got your verification. Fill out this withdrawal slip, and we'll get you on about your way. Sabrina looks at this man's account, and he has about 10, 11 of them on the screen, but she only happens to be looking at one. I don't think she realizes she's looking at one because Maurice reminds her at the end of the scene, like, hey, girl, that's just one account. And what's interesting about this account is there is $36 million in the account. It's $36 million in the account. So the little restaurants he owns, they're either doing real well or there's something else happening. There is $36 million in this account. And his withdrawal is so large, that particular branch don't have enough cash on hand to fulfill the withdrawal. He needs $200,000 cash, which I'm assuming is just petty cash. Compared to 36 million, that's petty cash for him to walk around with. And now Sabrina, your countenance done changed. You hemming and hawing and you're stuttering and you're sputtering and your temperature's raised. No ma'am. Don't be like that. Just keep it together. Hold it together. Be firm in your no if you know it was a no. It don't matter now you got 36 million because, girl, how did he get the 36 million? You don't know if he chopped bitch's head off to get it. You don't know. So just relax. Just calm down. But, she remained professional. She's like, we don't have enough. Maybe I can call another branch. And he's like, it's okay. I'll just, I'll get it from somewhere else. And so he still slips her his card and, still wants to take her on a date. And while up until this point, it's been no. Now it's I'll think about it. Now you think about it. I mean, I understand. I understand you got to think about it. But girl, that 36 million, that's probably just not even your business. That 36 million probably going to come with a whole lot of grief. He is also, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that because that's not my business. So, yeah, just keep, I heard some noise behind me. Girl, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy if your no was a no. And I know, there's probably somebody else that's going to review this episode that's probably going to say Sabrina's attitude shifted because the man got $36 million and now she a gold digger. But what I would implore you to understand is that she can only gold dig. She can only gold dig when you got gold. So just keep that in mind. That's keep that in mind when y'all calling people gold diggers. You got to have gold to dig in order for somebody to be a gold digger. I just had want to put that out. Okay, moving on. All right. So moving right along. And I also had wanted to note, because I used to work for a bank at one point in life, that having $36 million in a checking account at a credit union or whatever this small time bank is, maybe it's larger because they were talking to Zach about money markets and investments, and they had I think they had an account manager and investment manager, so that may be a larger bank. However, 36 million is just sitting in one account. Not very plausible, not very likely. They probably be in an investment account somewhere, not just a savings account. Um, you know, FDA, no, not FDA. That's Food and Drug Administration. Whatever them people is that insures your money. I can't think of it right now. That's too much to have in one account that will be covered in the event of something happening. So, not very likely. I don't know why I felt like that was important, but it is to me. All right, so she tells him that her and Maurice are talking. She shows Maurice the amount that's in the bank, and Maurice looking like, girl, so you're not gonna go to lunch? She's like, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm good. I'm cool or whatever. Maurice's like, well, I'm about to go put on my short dress and my long hair, and I'm finna go get this money. Because what I have done is a lot more for a lot less. For $20 and a bingo card, I have done a lot more. So what do you think I'm gonna do for $36 million? Maurice, go to sleep, because you got Q. You got Q at the house. Minding your business still. So you don't worry about Mr. African man, because you got enough going on as well. So you just need to relax also. All right. Moving right along. Oh, Sabrina did tell him that, I guess she was reluctant to tell him, like, I need you to leave Q alone because corporate thought that you were a part of him robbing us and they wanted to fire you. And he's like, Sabrina, I would never do that. That's not the case. She was like, yeah, that's understandable, but I know you, but they don't. So the illusion, it gives them the perception that you are involved, which is understandable. For those of you that are for those of you that are religious and you Bible thump daily, you know that there's something in the people book talking about the perception of evil or the perception of things. So while you may not be involved, what is perceived can sometimes be seen as true. Trust me on that. It doesn't matter what your intentions are, how good your heart is, how no, I would never do. Yeah, all that sounds good, but the perception to people that don't know you personally day in and day out is that you co-conspired with this man because now he finna be living at your house. He done showed up at the bank. He done robbed you. He done fucked you. He done did all these things to you. So from the outside looking in, I see how they could see it, and you might want let it go unless you won't be jobless and stuck with a felon. If that's your goals in life, go ahead. All right, moving right along. Fatima's calling Zach. She can't get through. Andy is telling her, that she won't be moving her stuff back into her apartment just yet. She's gonna call Zach. Not Zach. What the hell? She's gonna call Gary and express her disdain for her moving her stuff and figure out what she's gonna do and blah blah. Girl, I am exhausted. Y'all don't understand how tired I am of Andy because, girl, you got all the book smarts in the world. But the common sense is subpar. It is stressing me. It is causing me grief. Because, girl, you're well aware that this man has tracking devices and he's working with Hayden. You don't know that just yet. But it's just giving, you spent all this money, so I have to give you a chance. That's also not how life works. If you change your mind, you just change your mind. Girl, it's all right. I don't want the car. I don't want the penthouse. I don't want none of it. Because as you know, he bought it, so there's going to be a point of contention when he can't sway you one way or another because of this penthouse. So just buy your own, girl. Just work hard and, work for a rich white woman, work her divorce, and then you can be able to afford your own penthouse, and then we'll all be great. All right, cool. Moving on. All right. At the salon, Aaron shows up, and Karen has me tired as well. Karen gives me grief. Karen makes my ass itch. That's really what Karen does for me. But Karen is being snarky to Aaron. She claims she's made a doctor's appointment, or she's gonna make a doctor's appointment whenever they can get around to seeing her. Girl, shut your ass up, because that is, if you make the appointment, they'll see you. Stop being stupid, because somebody gonna slap you. Because why would you? That's a dumbass excuse. And why would you accept that? Oh, I'll get in to see the doctor when they get around. I'll make an appointment when they get around to see me. That don't even make no goddamn sense. If you want Zach to be the baby's daddy so bad, just take the fucking test, and since you're so sure, find out so we can stop playing these stupid ass games. Because you are stressing me, and I ain't none of that baby's pappy. Okay? Alright. Alright, so Aaron is anxious to know. He is having a visceral reaction to not knowing. And he's like, have you seen the timeline? Did you see what I sent you? Did you get my text message? Got my email? See me blimp? Like, did you? Come on, we need to find out. She's just like, Aaron, I told you, you ain't the daddy. Da da da. And she snaps, which also I can understand because, okay, you're pregnant, hormonal changes, all that, whoop to do. But girl. All right, so he knows the chief of staff at the hospital and tells her, hey, I can get you in immediately. You ain't got to wait on him. No. She don't want that. She going to wait it out. Just let me handle this on my own. You doing too much. It's Zach's baby. Don't worry about it. It's not a chance. Blah, blah, blah. So he goes into his car. And he's like, all right, I'm back up. I'm leave you alone. So he's outside crying. He is having a deep emotional reaction to the potential of this baby being his. And you worried about Zach. Zach is currently, as we speak, in a holding cell. Just weigh your options, Cameron. Just wait. It is stressing me out, girl. Just don't even make no declarations until you know, because you really just don't know. Just relax. All right, so moving right along. So he's outside in the car crying. They're having a dialogue. And she believes that Aaron isn't the father. He disagrees, but what can he do? I mean, she's carrying the baby. There's literally nothing he can do about it until the baby is here, or I don't know if the court can make you do a DNA test while you're pregnant. I don't really know how that works, but yeah. So she sees it in his face that he's kind of. I don't know if she sees it, but I can see once she's done all that declaration after this man pour his heart out in tears, that he's kind of, I feel like he's kind of giving up. He's like, I won't call you. I'll leave you alone until you reach out. And she's like, well, no, you can call if you want to. You just told a man to leave you alone. How you gonna call you if you won't be left alone? Huh? That's a mixed signal. But what I really got from that scene is that you have to be careful with your proclamations. And by that, I mean, Cameron is going to suffer. And not only is Cameron going to suffer, that baby is going to suffer. Because what I feel is Karen is so inundated with the fact that Zach has moved on. She's likely to go to the doctor, get the actual information, and withhold what the actual truth is. And I say that because Andy tells her later in the episode, hey, let me go to the doctor with you. I'm thinking Andy's thinking, like, let me make sure this is really Zach's baby, because this lady's a little certifiable. Absolutely. She claims she gonna tell her, but in her answer, she wasn't unsure. So I feel like Karen's gonna go to the doctor. The doctor gonna tell her Zach not that baby daddy, and she just gonna proceed as if he is. And if Zach is wise, he get his own independent goddamn DNA test. Because Karen, girl, it is not that deep. You is not that hard for Zach to be a baby daddy. Please tell me you're not, because not interested. Anyway, so she needs to be careful with her proclamations, because your heart is gonna be broke when the DNA shows that Zach is not that baby's pappy. So just careful. Just tell Aaron, I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't make no 100% determination. So let the DNA speak when I get to that phase. In the meantime, let's just relax. That'd be a reasonable response. But it's Karen. There's nothing reasonable that's gonna happen there. All right, moving right along. Andy calls Gary looking for her stuff. She's acting like she want all her stuff back in her apartment. and he's trying to convince her to stay, but he don't want to do this over the phone. He wants to talk to her in person, by way of him giving her a tour of the penthouse. And she knows she don't trust herself with Gary. She knows if her and Gary are in the same room for more than 5 minutes, it's going down, and she's gonna be back entangled with the psychopath. And she don't want that. But she wants the perks that comes with being with the psychopath long distance by way of him buying her purses and Bentleys and things of that sort, which is also dangerous, because stop using that man for purses and Bentleys and penthouses if you don't want to deal with everything else that come with it, which includes potentially getting your head blown the fuck off, because girl, either way, you could end up in ICU. Trust me on that one. All right, moving right along. And she asks him. She is aware that nothing is changed in Gary, because she asked him, "What's going to be the difference? Like if we meet face to face, what's different this time? You're gonna say the same stuff. Nothing about you has changed. You've had no actual real counseling. What is different? So you are armed with this goddamn knowledge, and you are still entertaining a potential relationship, because you told Cameron in this episode, well, what if he gets real therapy? What if all of that is wonderful. What if Zach had gotten therapy? What if him and Fatima had, worked on a relationship? It ain't that stage for you and him. Maybe he gets therapy and he's great for somebody else, not you. Because when the lady had killed me, when Jasmine, his wife, had almost sent me on to glory, we didn't have nothing else to talk about, sir. You couldn't email me without problems, because what else? What else we want to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. So go away. Use your good judgment and logical reasoning and let it go. Okay. All right. Okay. And she knows all this, and she's just still with the bullshit. She's sitting at her desk, and I guess she's kind of coming to the realization, like, she gotta let this go. So she starts to take one rubber band off, then two, then three off this rubber band ball. And at this point, she just tossed the rubber band ball. She's overcome with emotion, because this rubber band ball is a realization that this is all that comes with Gary, all the stress, all the problems, the tension. All of that is right here in this ball, and it ain't even no point in taking them off one by one. Just chuck the whole ball, because it's a wrap. What else you want? What else you want to do? What else do you want to do? And so I think maybe she gave up in that moment, but later on she also tells Karen that she's gonna let Gary take her to lunch. Which, girl, you're gonna be back in the saddle. So all of that emotion, crying, the visualization of letting it go didn't make no goddamn difference. It's a waste of my good air. No, she's gonna be right back with Gary. So hopefully she's starting to shed the idea of what she thinks Gary has the potential to be, because what I do know for sure is being with somebody for potential, red flag, tomato. Do not recommend. Do not be with nobody for no potential. Be with them for what they actually are, because potential is fleeting. We all got potential. I got potential to be 120 pounds, but that's not my reality. I got the potential to do a lot of things. I got the potential to be president, but it's not in my purview. So potential, it's fleeting. It's shaky. All right, so Fatima is outside in the parking garage making fun of Hayden. He just still can't wrap his head around what she sees in Zach. What could she possibly want from Zach? For starters, he ain't stalking nobody. He ain't trying to set nobody up to go to prison. He's not breaking at least 17 laws daily by stalking on Andy and Fatima. There's quite a few things that she probably sees in Zach. But whatever it is, it ain't none of your goddamn business what she sees in Zach, because what does she see? What do you see in Zach? Okay, here's how the conversation gonna go. Oh, Fatima, what you see in Zach? Because I want to know. Oh, well, he's 5'5". Oh, shit. I'm hating. Oh, I'm 5 foot. Let me get my knees done so I can be 5'5". Oh, well, he plays soccer. Oh, let me go take up a soccer class, because Zach takes soccer. Oh, well, Zach is dark brown. Oh, well, I'm caramel. Let me go tan so I can. It don't fucking matter what she likes in Zach, because you ain't It don't matter. Hayden, just reason level with me. It's okay. Just let it go. Go date the other secretary in the office. Hell, try Andy. She's in between relationships. Something, anything but Fatima. Because what it's gonna cost you is your life next. Because as she warned you, just let it go. We even. You did you, I did me. We're good. We did things to each other. Let's just let it go. He ain't gonna let it go. So what's gonna happen is she told him, if you don't let it go, you being on these crutches is gonna be a tickle compared to what happens next. And she told you. And it's obvious she's proven to be a woman of her word. So it's in the best interest to just stop. You ain't never had no cooler cat that good. Just relax. Okay? Alright. So Calvin comes home and Q is sitting on the goddamn couch. Q is sitting on them folks' couch. And not only is he sitting on the couch, Calvin asked him, what are you doing in here? He just tells a blatant bald-faced lie. Oh, well, Maurice let me in. Maurice says I can stay here. And Calvin's like, no, I'm moving out. He's like, okay, great. Then I'll have a room here. Da-da-da-da-da. Calvin calls Maurice, and Maurice is like, I didn't tell him that. Sir, get out of my house. What are you doing? He ain't going nowhere. So now Maurice has to leave work and come see what the hell Q got going on. First of all, sir. So not only do you rob me, you put my address down on these people paperwork talking about this is where you stand while you're out on parole or whatever your situation is. Then you break into my house the same day you get out on parole. You insist on staying here. You won't leave me alone. It's giving very much stalker, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. Maurice, just cut your ties, cut your losses. Go work at the Boys and Girls Club if you want to really help somebody change their life, and just go. Let it go. That's all I can say. Let it go. All right. So, Andy pulls up to the beauty shop, and of course, Pam's being nosy. She sees the car. She's outside. Karen and Andy are talking. And Karen sees that she still has the car, which lets her know, like, this girl ain't giving the stuff back. She gonna be back with Gary, so it is what it is. I don't care what she say. She going back. It don't fucking matter. Same, Karen. Same. And she tells him, like, I got enough going on my plate. So, yeah, whatever you say. If you say you're gonna give it back, cool. If you don't, I don't give a good goddamn. And neither do I, Karen. But you still also aggravating. Karen don't care no more. Karen says she got enough on her plate, and and that's when I was telling y'all about Andy insisting on going to the doctor, her, and she being shifty about the situation. And, I already made my declaration on that. She gonna find out that Zach ain't the daddy, and she gonna probably lie to these people and tell them it did come back that he is the pappy, and it's just gonna be even more mess. Because why not? It's Karen. All right. Zach is in the holding cell, and his lawyer shows up. And he's looking like, what damn lawyers? And the bailiff is like, shit, do you want to see him or not? He's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to him. So it's Jake and some dude named Bill. Bill is the lawyer, and he asked Jake, like, hey, did you call Fatima? He's like, no, not yet. And he was like, I want to give you an opportunity to see what the potential charges are first before we call Fatima, because you may not want her to know what's happening here. So Bill gives him some paperwork and lets him know, like, before I can help you, you need to tell me everything that you know, because what's in this paperwork is very serious. So Zach is reading the paperwork, and it's intense. Of course, based on his facial expression, it's very tense. There's a lot going on. And I'm sure if I had to take a guess, it'd be about the insider trading, and there may be I don't know, it's pretty deep, because it appears that like there's multiple people, because Bill is asking him to, like, tell him what he knows. So maybe there's more than one person that's involved other than this white lady from the random hotel room. But I don't know. Zach done got himself in some shit. Hopefully he can get out unscathed, and we can go from there. So that has been season 4, episode 9 of Tyler Perry's Sistas. I'll catch y'all in about 2 more days for the next episode, and that is all I have. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.